Hey guys, it's a Monday. It's a daily. Look who's back. You're home.
I'm home, man.
It's really good to see
you miss
you.
me?
I missed you a lot.
Yeah. I don't know that I missed you all that much, but that was because I was with Melissa.
Well, there you go. More than me missing you, they missed you.
Yeah,
They
well,
had 10 days of meetings.
I did miss you guys. I really, really did. And it is great to be back for a daily dose of hope where we try to hang out with these guys and just encourage them with a little bit of authentic life in their journey.
So glad that you're here.
Yeah.
And in fact, this is a hard subject, and that we want to jump right back into. But this is where the hope comes from, right? From these discussions. So a lot of the guys wanted to ask you about your opinion about relapse.
Okay.
What does it mean when we relapse in our journey?
So, Bill, I'll say this, a couple of thoughts. Thought number one is this: relapse is always possible, but it is not mandatory.
Yeah. I hear you.
So we ought to have a realistic view of things. It is possible for me to relapse at any given time, but I don't have to. It's not inevitable. It's possible, not inevitable. So that's the first thing I'd want guys to know. Another thing I'd want guys to know is this. In my opinion, there's a difference between a relapse and a slip.
Okay.
A slip is a slight lapse in progress.
Okay.
I've veered just a little bit off, or I've taken a step just a little bit in the wrong direction. A relapse is a return to an old pattern or an old way. And a slip can lead to a relapse, but a slip doesn't have to lead to a relapse. So in other words, I can catch myself after a slip and not have it lead all the way to a relapse. And so I say that to say this: it's so easy once we've had, whether it's a slip or a relapse, it's so easy to just think, you know what, I've blown it, I'm back to square one, all this progress doesn't matter, all my days or weeks or years of recovery doesn't matter, so screw it, I'm just gonna go off the deep end.
Right.
We don't have to do that. A trigger does not have to lead to a slip, does not have to lead to a relapse. I can stop at any point in that continuum of trigger, slip, relapse, and I can stop and say, you know what? I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to reaffirm what I know to be true, and I'm going to get back on the right path.
Yeah, you've talked about the marathon analogy a lot.
Absolutely.
Tell the guys about that.
I mean, the reality is this: if you do relapse, if you do fall down, you don't get magically transported back to the beginning and zero progress has been made. You get back up where you were and you carry back on your journey from that point. And so if something happens and there is a slip or relapse, at that point, don't dig the hole any deeper. Don't go any further. You can stop right there, get back up, dust yourself up, call a friend, and then keep moving forward.
And it's really important we do that. I know that when we relapse, there's an immediate backpack of shame that returns to us that maybe we had been rid of for a while. What do you do with that shame?
Well, I think that's what we're going to talk about this week, because there are things that we can do when we relapse that help us not be defined by or controlled by that relapse. Because here's the reality: stuff happens, but that stuff does not have to define us. It doesn't have to dictate our recovery, and it doesn't have to be the last word, so to speak. We can move forward.
Love it. This is an important week. Tell a friend about this, right? Let's talk about this. Let's see what the Bible has to say, and let's deal with this tough issue. It really is good to have you back.
Yeah. Good to be back.
Talk to you
See
tomorrow.
you guys tomorrow.